All right, back again with the Lux Podcast. This week we're going to try doing something new. We're going to do a player spotlight, starting with my guinea pig, Lil Wheezy, aka Blue, aka Bluekits. What to do, Lil Wheezy?
What it do?
So thank you for joining me on this. This is going to be a little experimental as far as how this works. But I'm just going to ask a couple questions and we'll see kind of where that takes us.
Sounds good.
So the number one question I got, because I asked a couple people what I should ask, is it easy being Wheezy?
So yes and no. Uh, so it's easy in the fact that I get to make a ton of memes about other people that's not me. Uh, and then, it's not easy because you're literally wheezing at everything that's funny. So you can't breathe. But, other than that, it's great. It's,
So I was asked yesterday if we'd made any progress on the Sav meme.
oh, the Sav meme. I did. So I have started it. So my problem with the Sav meme was that I couldn't find. I legitimately searched for this meme, like all over the internet. And although I did find a phone case with a bajillion boomerdin on it, I did not, in fact, find just a solid picture of the Sav meme. So what I had to do was I had to clip the Discord picture and just zoom in a bunch. But whenever I tried to Photoshop it, his little hairs on the top of his bald head would not Photoshop correctly, so I have to actually like redraw the hairs.
Oh, so you have to like manually go in and edit the pixels and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I showed you the one Conan made, which is not guild appropriate. And if I didn't, I will show it to you. And he had to do the same thing for some stuff on that. I'll show it to you when we're done.
I have some other ideas for the boomerdin meme that I'm gonna do. So
Yeah, well, so you seem to pump them out relatively quickly. I mean, I've been victimized by at least one,
it's
and we
super,
thought about
super
making
fun.
one to get even, right? And then I was like, nah, like she'll kill us. Like
I
she may
mean
actually hurt us.
I mean you can, but like that's literally just giving me more fuel for this meme fire that's going on right now. So I mean, do what you want at your own risk.
Oh man, I'll just get Conan to do it. Let him take the heat.
There you go.
All right, so fill us in a little bit on kind of how you started playing the game, what your first tune was, any raiding experience you had, prior guilds. Just kind of give us a little bit of a background on kind of your history of playing Warcraft.
So, when I was a young little Wheezy, uh, I started playing this game in middle school, and I didn't get into it until one of my friends was like, "Hey, you should totally play this cool game." And at the time, all I had was a MacBook Pro, with no mouse. I think I did have a mouse, but I just never bothered using it because I didn't really need it. And then, let's see, I he started me on a PvP server because back then they had both PvP and PvE servers, and me being the noob that I was, like, so he PvP'd a lot. I didn't know that until like later. He was like, "Yeah, like come join me," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, so we both made a character on a PvE server, and my very first character that I ever made was a paladin, but I never actually played the paladin. I think I got like a few levels on it, kind of derped around for a bit, and then I started a hunter that is named Bluekits because I love foxes, and then my favorite color is also blue, so name. And then so I leveled that one, but I started that character on a PvP server because I kid you not, I really liked the name Frostmane. I thought it was really cool. Didn't know it was a PvP server. And then I got angry because all these random horde players kept trying to gank me as I was trying to level my poor night elf all along, the forest. So I'm like, what the heck? what are they doing?
Yeah, I played a majority of my time on a PvP server, and if you don't know what that was like, it got hectic, especially leveling you. People would just come swooping down on you, one shot you, and you would just be dead before you even like knew what had happened.
Oh yeah, like I totally got camped by this one horde guy. I got so mad. I actually reported him, and then I told my friend that I reported him, and my friend laughed at me because he's like, "They're not gonna get in trouble for that."
Yeah, that's just part of the game.
Yeah, I was such a noob back then. I think I leveled all the way until I think I stopped at Lich King, but I never actually got into like in-game Lich King content. So like I stopped and then I came back at the end of Draenor, and then at the end of Draenor was whenever I actually got into my first official guild, which was called Mighty Fortress at the time, and that's kind of where I didn't raid yet. The raiding came a little bit later, but that was kind of whenever I finally started to like run dungeons and like, oh, this is like another part of the game that I haven't seen yet.
The best part of the game.
Oh yeah, totally. But I was super super shy back then. So part of me was like I didn't want to run any content because I was so afraid of like getting kicked from a dungeon, or like, oh, I wouldn't perform well enough in the dungeon, so they would like kick me, or you know basically say mean things to little baby Wheezy.
So what's changed between then and now? Like, what would you say is the biggest changes you've seen as far as like player development?
I think I've grown a lot more confident throughout the years. I know I'm way more confident than I was whenever I first started playing WoW, and I think a lot of it is just like the more that you play the class, or any class really, the more that you play a class, and the more that you run specific content, like the better you're gonna get at it. And it also helped that I had most of my guild experiences were really good community experiences, and I think that played a really big impact. Um, I think that I don't think that if I hadn't had a good guild experience, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I know that I definitely wouldn't be in the position of Lux that I am today. So I have a lot of people to thank for that.
So what does that like mean to you? Like, what is it to you to be like a long-standing officer in the guild?
Um, I think for me, like I feel very blessed, and um I feel very honored that I can have the opportunity to be an officer in Lux. Whenever I first joined Lux, I really wasn't looking for any kind of like officer position. I was just kind of like wanting to chill out, play the game. And then the more that I ran with people, I guess they kind of saw something that uh, they wanted an officer of Lux to be. Um, I'm still trying to figure that out. So let me know whenever you see it. And so, but no, I really I just enjoy everything. I'm happy to be a part. I'm happy that you know I can help make a difference, and that if I have an idea, or if I have like something to suggest, that it's not taken lightly, that we consider everything.
Yeah, I think everything just kind of moves at the random I'm trying to think of a good word for it. Really just it's Dan. It all just goes at random whims Dan has, and that's just like he wakes up one day and you're an officer in the guild and these are your responsibilities, and that's just kind of how it goes. Like he doesn't leave a lot of options to say no. I said no like four times.
Oh yeah, and I told them whenever they asked me, I was like, listen, like I don't have time to like do any officer business, and they're like, no 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 no. See, like you do what you're doing right now, which was kind of like nothing. I was just running stuff, and they're like, yeah, you'll be good.
Now, I know you got really close to Kitty. That's your battle buddy. So what makes that relationship to you special?
Oh, Kitty's awesome. She so I found out from Juve that she was really into art, and I'm also an artist, and so that was kind of like, oh yes, we have another artist in the guild, you know. So it was kind of like a nerd moment for me because I was like, oh yeah, now I can like geek out with art with somebody, and then also like I love Kitty's personality. I tend to not be, or at least I don't think I'm very blunt with people. I tend to be kind of like nice with people, and Kitty's just like she'll tell you how it is, and I love it. And I think that you know, with both of our personalities, we kind of balance each other out in that respect. And then like whenever I got to raid with her, she was also a healer, so it was like, oh man, now I've got healing competition. So it's kind of like, I would always try to beat her on the meters, or if she was beating me, I would be like, okay, what am I doing wrong, you know, and it was just really really fun. And so when she found out that, or I think she, I don't remember. I think she used to be in the military or something like that, or she found out that my fiance was in the military. But anyway, uh, she started saying battle buddy, and so I was like, oh yeah, we're like raid battle buddies. So it was really fun.
Yeah, and then the next question was a submitted question by me, which was, who is your favorite person to play this game with, and why is it me?
Oh, okay. Well, I get to meme you a lot, and I get to make fun of you. So that's winner right there.
You get to yell a lot in PvP, which is always fun.
I do, yeah. I don't tend to yell at other people as much as I yell at you in PvP. I don't know why.
Also, yelling at me in islands and thinking that my frost pet has a taunt.
Okay, okay, listen. I was I was a little baby shadow priest, all right? Barely had a wheeze to to my name. So, I'm just trying to level, and I couldn't figure out. I was like, how does this, geared fire mage, well, frost at that point. How does this geared mage, take aggro from like two heroic tanks in raid, but he can't take aggro from a measly little shadow priest that's like just trying to level and get her Azurite. That's also when I found out that uh, mage pets do in fact not have a taunt. Um, I actually
A-
didn't know that until then.
And you
But,
also didn't know how scaling worked.
well, we learn stuff every day. You know.
No, it was really fun though. Like I've had a lot of fun doing PvP, and you've kind of become just like the guild person to go to for that, especially with like people needing conflict and strife and that sort of thing. Like, how does that feel to you? Like, I know you helped me get mine. I know you did some with Damies. I know you did some with Mariko and Shastic, and I know I've seen you with Holy and Raish and just about everybody. And everybody who comes to me is like, "Hey, you want to go do twos?" I'm like, "Go ask Blue. Like, she's the one to carry you."
It's super fun. I never expected it to kind of grow as much as it did. I kind of like the more that I played PvP, the more that I was like, I don't know. It's kind of like the more you win, you like it gets your blood boiling, right? So you're like, yeah, let's go, let's get him. And so I like the fact that I get to kill people uh, pleasantly, and then I can also help other people kill people in game as well to get their conflict and strife essence, and it's just super super fun. I don't really like VGs as much, but arenas are super super fun to me.
Yeah, I hated arenas until probably I'd gone in there with you a handful of times, and after that, I started to have like a lot of fun with them. Like I started just kind of running them just for something to do at certain points. But I would say that probably, despite all of the yelling about my ice blocks, it's probably what got me the most into PvP.
Also, so you're saying that I should yell at you more in PvP? because I can
I
do that.
I don't think you could possibly yell at me more in PvP.
I'm sure there's some abilities I missed. See, I yelled at you about blink, ice block. I'm sure I could yell at you about combustion.
There's literally nothing else that you can do. You yell at me at every turn, and then even when I'm not PvPing with you, your PvP partner is trying to tell me to go to bed like they're my mommy.
Oh, freaking rage.
So, what's your favorite thing about the game? Like, I know for me personally, it's raiding and really just playing stuff with my friends. What makes it special? Like, what keeps you coming back?
I think it's the rating and the fact that I can play with people that enjoy the same things that I do. I really enjoy running Mythic Plus with people in the guild. I enjoy just like our rating group as a whole. I feel like we have just a ton of laughs and some just really crazy experiences. Like even if you're not running for like to time a mythic key, or you're just going to have some fun, you know. And I think that that's probably the best thing, just that I can goof off and you know play the game at the same time.
Yeah, it's the variety of characters we have in this guild. Like, really, it is. It's almost like a very large sitcom at times. Like, like Frag is not the same as Raish is, who is not the same as me, who is not the same as you, and it swings so wildly at times. Between all of us and like Juve and Grim and just other people in the guild. Like Travit, Damies. There's all strong personalities that just swing in such wide varieties. It really is like it's like a sitcom, but you couldn't write it. Like it's just real life.
Yeah, the amount of shenanigans that Conan and Frag have gotten into, you could write books about.
Choose your own adventure at Chili's.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So another question, somebody actually did send this one to me. I may have submitted the other one myself. I think I said that. Why foxes?
Why foxes? Because they're freaking adorable. They're like the best little animals on the planet. They are so personality wise, and I'm pretty sure I had this argument with Chumpo. Um, but like personality wise, they are a mixture of kind of both a cat and a dog. But they're definitely dogs. They're definitely part of the dog family. Chumpo. Uh, they're not cats, but they act like both of them, and I think it's just like kind of the best of both worlds, and they're just the cutest things ever. Plus, they're sneaky, so like they're mischievous, and I like that.
Do you like them because they're adorable and mischievous?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I was in when you were giving Chumpo a hard time. That sold me on whatever you wanted, pretty much.
There you go. I was
Um,
I was very salty.
Sorry. Favorite part of BFA, least favorite part of BFA.
Oh gosh, I think my favorite part of BFA is probably the storyline that it has, because I liked how we were able to go into the whole lore aspect of Queen Ajara and then her connection to N'Zoth, because I love. So I'm kind of a lore nerd as well when it comes to WoW. I love hearing about the different types of lore in the game, and I really like Queen Ajara's story and the story of the old gods. So the fact that we get to like do a raid, actually two raids really, with both of those storylines connected is just super cool to me, and I totally geeked out over it. I think when it comes to my least favorite, probably the grinding. The fact that you have to grind for Azurite essences, then you have to grind for echoes to get more gear, then you have to grind for Titan Residium if you want to buy just the whole, like you have to grind everything.
It's interesting. I know a lot of people really disliked the BFA storyline. You might actually be the first person that I've talked to this like, yeah, that was awesome. Which is fair. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's happening in the story of this game. Like, I know who the angry baddie at the end of what I'm trying to murder is, and I am out to get them. I have no idea why. There's like a tree that got burnt or something.
It's just part of the major storyline, no big deal. Uh, but yeah, anytime a new expansion drops, I kind of do this thing where like I don't go into Discord. I don't really talk to anyone. I just like kind of immerse myself in it because I want to hear like all the sounds. I want to hear the storyline. I want to read all the quests. I totally try to immerse myself into the expansion.
Yeah, try to do something somewhat similar to that. I mean, there's a certain amount of research I kind of have to do ahead of time, just because in preparation for like a large group of people to be ready for stuff, somebody has to do it. And but there are certain things I don't look at for sure. Like I try not to look at the dungeons, like the five mans too much. Um, whatever little bits I can steal for myself, like because I mean the raid I'm gonna know as much as humanly possible about. Class changes, obviously, that sort of thing. So that's actually really kind of neat. I wish, maybe one day we get an expansion where I can do that. But I really like that. I remember going into Drustvar this for the first time in this expansion, which is still my favorite zone that they did, and thinking that that was one of the neatest zones I had seen in a very long time.
Really, 'cause Drustvar was actually my least favorite out of all of the zones, I think. And I know that I'm in the minority because I
Yeah,
know I know.
you're getting hate mail for that.
I don't know. I don't like it's very like Harry Potter esque, Like, and I like Harry Potter, but I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know. It's like I feel like I've seen it too many times. I really really like Shrine of the Storm, or like the shrine area. Storm Song. That's what it was. Storm Song.
Have you looked at anything for Shadowlands as far as classes you're interested in? Are you looking to switch classes? Any of the zones, covenants, or anything that excites you that you're worried about? Any sort of things that you've been thinking about?
So I found out that you could transform into a fox with the Night Fae Covenant. And then I didn't really look at any other covenants after that because I was like, all right, my wildlife is set. This has been my dream. You know, I can play alliance and be a fox, and so I'm like, this is just I'm happy as a clam over here. I probably will play monk in Shadowlands. I have looked at their the gear that you can craft, the legendaries, I think, and they have some really really cool abilities. A lot of them they're trying to bring back the Legion abilities, or in some form. I might play Shadow Priest. I'm not sure. I always say that I'm gonna like try and switch characters, but then at the end of the day, I always end up playing the same character that I usually play.
Yeah, I understand that.
But like once I found out that you could transform into a blue fox and just like run around in a literal fox form everywhere, it was like, all right, this is it.
It's adorable too. I ran around like that on beta for like probably like 20, 30 minutes. It's pretty adorable.
Oh, it's so great.
What's your favorite part of the guild? Just generally speaking.
Favorite part of the guild is the fact that we can uh, goof off in guild chat. Um, we can say "ooh woo no you," all the time, and it's great. I can make puns in the guild all the time and slightly annoy people, but it's fine. No regrets there.
Yeah, no. Sometimes brilliant, sometimes just awful. As a side note, the amount of time that Blue and I spend talking in Discord is a lot. We talk in Discord a lot, through text, and the amount of bad puns. I just want people to know this that I have to deal with is unbelievable.
It's
Like she
so great.
saves the better ones for you guys.
Oh, they're so good though. Even if it's bad, you just gotta go with it. Like if it's bad, I'll admit that it's bad too.
I wake up almost every day to every other day to a bad pun and literally just send back oof. Like almost every day.
It's so great though.
So other things you like to do. We covered dungeons, raids, art. Is there anything else that you just enjoy generally doing besides swapping music songs with me?
Um, I like to play other games. So I play Xbox a lot too, as well as just like other PC games. Um, I used to play a lot of Halo back in the day. That was super super fun. That kind of got me into playing like first person shooters. And I recently started playing a game called 7 Days to Die with my fiance Stravik, who in the guild he's known as Keelar. We call him Kel for short. And we get into a bunch of shenanigans there. I don't know how I end up doing it, but I always seem to run into a trap or a barbed wire, or I end up falling into a random mining hole that he has dug somewhere around the base that he hasn't marked on the map yet.
I did the math last night. You hit one every what was it, 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Just thought I would share. I just watching along when you were supposed to have a gun and you didn't, and decided to do some estimations on how often you walked into random things or fell down a hole. It's 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we shouldn't have traps by the door that you walk through. It's just I don't know why they're there. If you can run into them that easily. I don't know how he doesn't run into them, but somehow I always seem to run into them. And then it also helps if you actually remember that, you have two machine guns, not just one, but two machine guns in your inventory, uh, that, Kel doesn't tell you about. And then you're over here fighting a horde of zombies with a little level 1 pistol. And then, you go back to your base and it's like, oh, hey, we have these.
What was it you sent me this morning about salt?
Oh, I'm super salty. I said it was a good thing that he knows how to cook because he just got an abundance of salt.
I've actually had a lot of fun just watching it. And later on we'll kind of plug your Twitch channel, and because we use it for raids as well. And I know I kind of sit and watch you play other games, and occasionally other people drop by too. I just like to troll.
Yeah, my choppy Twitch stream right now. So I'm streaming on Wi-Fi right now because the way that the setup is, there's just no way for me to have a good setup right now. So whenever me and Kel get married and I move to Kansas, I'll finally be able to actually have a hardwire connection so that the raid streams aren't so choppy. And then Conan doesn't have to cry every time he has to edit the monk POV.
Oh, um, yeah. How do you like that too, though? Considering you like art. How do you feel about all the media stuff that we're doing with the guild? Doing this, getting the kill videos with multiple points of view. I imagine things that you probably thought a year ago this guild would probably never even come close to having. What do you think about all of that?
I think it's amazing. It's so awesome. Like the fact that we have Spotify, we have YouTube, we have Twitch, we have so many connections. We have Instagram. We have so many different social connections that we can use for this guild, and even like we can use that for recruiting. We can just use that to engage more with our community. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's actually really unique. I've never actually seen or well, like, okay, so I've seen very large guilds that have had, something similar, right? But I've never seen a guild like our size, which I would consider to be kind of like an intermediate guild, like, as far as, membership size, have something like that and be able to be so connected, like, I never feel like I'm, like, missing out on something, like, you could totally take, 2 months away from the guild and just, occasionally check Discord, and you would be able to see everything and, Instagram notifications, like, it's really kinda crazy.
I never thought that I would ever be in a guild that's connected as much as this one is, honestly.
So, a while back, we did a raid revamp where we kind of, redid some classes, and we actually had talked about just stopping for the tier, and I had kind of messaged each person individually and asked them, what they wanted to do, and, actually, one of the reasons that we decided to keep going was because of the response we actually got back from you. And it was like one of the more impassioned like responses I've ever gotten back to that question, pretty much ever. And it was just a pretty much like you didn't care how we did it or who we did it with or how it went down. Like you were in and you were gonna do this thing. What gives you that like kind of drive?
Just the fact that the I guess the more that I do hiring content, the more that I enjoy it. I like challenges, and I like trying to do things that I might even if I can't do it, like just being able to try it and see. Um, I really enjoy that, and especially if you have the camaraderie that our raid team does, and you can do it with a group of people that has kind of the same beliefs that you do, like you know, let's get this thing down, let's try it, but let's have fun doing it. That's amazing to have. And I was worried that if we stopped raiding, that would go away, and I really didn't want to see that diminish because I truly believe that what we have in both raid teams is just phenomenal. We have such a good rapport with each other. We can goof off, we can have fun, and then at the end of the day, we can, you know, kick butt and get bosses down. And being able to accomplish those things with a group of friends is it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah, that's one of the things I know that's always kept me going is like after a lot of pools, you finally get something down, and then you can hear that like well now it's Discord, but it's been many things over the year. Like there's so much voice activity at once that it almost lags for a second, and then you just hear yelling, and it's just like 20 people all yelling in unison, and it's insane, right? Like it's one of the better feelings in the world because you're like I know I'm at home and I'm yelling, right? And then like they just I don't know how to describe it, but it's really awesome feeling. Like that's kind of one of the things I know that like Conan and I always try to highlight in the videos as much as possible is just that like giant mic explosion. Like it's so much that it actually Discord auto compresses the sound and it's just crazy.
It's so awesome. It's so great to hear it. Like there's so much that I don't key for in Discord whenever we down those bosses, but just hearing it is fantastic.
Yeah. How about the toy trains?
Don't get me started on those stupid toy trains that are the most annoying toy in the entire game. It needs to leave. Delete it from this game. Don't use it in BFI raid, or you will feel the wrath of blue. Like, I hate this train toy with a passion because it's so loud. And it's not just loud, but it's like non-stop loud. Like it doesn't stop choo-chooing. Like I want to murder that train.
That's one of my favorite things to bring up, like, cause you instantly go from, like, "Da da 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 da" to just rage. It's just rage instantly.
It's so stupid. It's the stupidest toy ever.
So your goals for Warcraft. Let's say next expansion shows up, you're all set, you're all geared up, you're ready to go. What is it that you're aiming for? Are you looking to do more Mythic Plus, do more arena style stuff, get into more min maxing for rating? What is it that you're kind of setting as a goal for yourself?
So number one goal is to do the quest line to turn into a fox. And then everything else, everything else doesn't matter until I can get that. But once I finally have the fox form in Shadowlands, then I probably will try to run more Mythic Plus. I really enjoy Mythic Plus. I think it's one of the better things that they put into the game, and I will definitely run arenas, so I can yell at my opponents and relish in the blood of my enemies and get that sweet PvP mount.
I hope they don't have anything gated behind that because I don't know if I want to be yelled at for an entire grind.
I mean, I'm sure I'll find something to yell at you for.
Oh, absolutely. You'll find something to yell at me for by the end of this, or at least by the end of the night.
Oh yeah, totally.
So outside of Warcraft stuff, if you want to give people a rundown on some other things you work on, your Twitch page, any of the artwork stuff that you do. I know you had said that you wanted to mention that, and I will definitely add all of that in as well when we go to post this so that people can check it out if they want to. If you want to kind of plug some of that stuff, feel free.
Yeah. So part of what I do outside of WoW is I'm an artist. I do both digital and traditional art, and I have an art shop online that I post new pieces every month. It's bluefxart.redbubble.com if you want to support an independent artist and check out my stuff. I also sell masks so that you can stay safe during COVID. And I have also worked on a Twitch page. I stream both WoW and 7 Days to Die. I stream our raid most of the time, and then the 7 days are usually kind of off and on. It just depends on when me and Kel are both available. But yeah, check me out there on Twitch, twitch.com/Bluekits. And I've also got an Instagram and Twitter for the BlueFX Art Shop if you want to check that out. That's BlueFX Art.
Yeah, highly recommended. I actually bought something off of the Redbubble page. I got a rather large poster, and although I haven't been able to hang it up in my new place because of the way the walls are, you actually can't put posters up here. I do have it, and I actually keep it kind of over where I can see it because I just like it. It fits the motif, if you will, of where I moved to with all the water and stuff. Got very good shipping on that. Came very very quickly and in good shape. And I really enjoyed it. I think I'd recommend check it out if you've got a couple spare bucks. So you want to check out something that Blue does. You want to just swing by there and have a look. And outside of that, I appreciate you sitting down and doing this with me today and being the guinea pig for this. And hopefully, we answered everything everybody wanted to know. And if there's anything you want to add, feel free.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I'm always willing to, help people do PvP, help run stuff. If you also want any art commissions, I do those as well. So just hit me up via Discord or PM or whatever.
Well, awesome. Again, I appreciate it. And we will be seeing you around in the guild and at all the fancy guild happenings.
Yeah. Be sure to watch out for those memes coming up.
We're gonna get Sav. That's the plan. We gotta get Sav.
But we're totally getting that.